Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Manning Bowl and Northeastern Conference football. I'm Classical, and Classical eked out an 8-7 win with 2 minutes left to play in the game on the 2-point conversion pass to Simon Fialo, an 8-yard run by Arthur Brown. And now it's big game number 2 because Gloucester only has 1 loss in the conference, Classical, of course, being undefeated.
And it's also big game number 2 with a little bit of inclement weather, which could have a little bit of bearing here. I think that Classical has a little more size and a little bit more talent, so I'm going to have to go with Classical, but however, the weather could play havoc tonight.
Well, Classical's going to be without one of their better defensive players. Stephen Foster is not suited up tonight. Classical won the toss, but deferred to the second half, so it'll be Joffrey Boyd kicking off. Kicks it long and deep.
Great kick.
Fielded at about the 1-yard line. A slips and falls. That's Peter Hart.
See, John, there's that weather.
That was Jason Thompson.
That was Thompson. There's that weather. And Gloucester has those small backs, John. And, you know, when this field gets a little bit more slippery as the game goes on, that's going to play havoc, certainly on the outside stuff and the get-around-the-corner type sweeps. We know Gloucester can run, and we saw that last week against English. They do it very well.
Well, Gloucester comes in. They've won 3 straight, looking for their 4th in a row. They're averaging in their last 5 ball games 35 points, and Jason Thompson, the man who just returned that kick, has got 10 of their 25 touchdowns, so he's on a streak. The give straight ahead, not going to go anywhere. That was Marshall, and got piled up quickly by the middle of the Classical line.
Gloucester does the same thing they did last week against English, with motion across the face, seeing what Classical is going to do with the motion, kind of testing the waters. Again, if they're going to throw the ball, they better throw it early because this field is going to be real muddy once they start playing.
2nd and 10, no gain on the play. Looking to go wide. Not going to get there either. And that speed of Classical to the outside shuts them down. That was Jason Thompson.
And actually, like I said, if you can watch that, John, try to get to the outside, tried to plant the foot. Here we see it right here. Watch him slip. See that right there?
Yep.
And he tries to plant the foot. I told you you're going to have problems getting to the outside, and you mentioned a very important thing. Classical has the speed to get to that outside, so now those backs are going to have to try to turn it up inside, and they're going to slip all night.
3rd and 10 for the Fishermen. Jimmy Smith is the quarterback. This is Hart. Hart with the football gets taken down from behind by Thornton. A good defensive play by Lex Thornton.
Good job by Classical that time defensively, keeping Gloucester down at their own. I think the ball's spotted at the 14 or 15-yard line, John. Classical's going to get super field position here for their first possession. Got to be careful now handling the punt snap and also handling the punt.
On the replay, you saw Thornton just get a little piece of the ankle of Peter Hart and take him down. And now Brian Balcom, who we watched last week against English, boom, punts out of here. That's a good shot of Brian Balcom there. Feels the high snap, kicks it high and deep. Eric Lane is back. He's going to watch it bounce. It's into Classical territory at about the 47-yard line where it'll be down, and Classical has pretty good field position, Bip, on their first drive.
Yes, they did, and they did that because their defense came up strong the first Gloucester series. Gloucester, again, a fairly basic team. They ran a little bit of wing tee there, wing divide tee. Again, we know what Classical can do. They've got all the horses and all the talent. Like I said, I think Classical is stronger on the run up the inside. From tackle to tackle, Classical's stronger on the run, and I think they're going to use that tonight. Now they come out in the slot left. The wide slot left.
Michio Echeverria is the quarterback. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. The give straight ahead to Thornton. Not going to get much.
As we saw last week, now that Gloucester defense, if you remember last week, they shot those linebackers every single play. I don't think they can do that against Classical, John, because their backs are simply too quick. They're too quick getting to the hole. They're going to run by people. But the Gloucester did get to do a good job in that first down.
Classical picks up a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Davy Clark comes wide to the near side. The give, this is Resendez. Off the right side, breaks a tackle, falls forward inside the 45 of Gloucester for a first down, I believe.
It looks like the first, John, and what Gloucester did that time is on that 44 defense, they took their what would be a strong safety and another defense, but they put him up in the line of scrimmage, and he was down in a three-point stance. We'll see it right here. And he was just simply taken out, just simply cut down. And he lost the ball on that also, John, and went out of bounds.
He just saw the ball go on the ground. He fell on top of it. So Classical has it the first down of the ball game at the Gloucester 42-yard line. And Bip, the first score might be a very important score if this field gets any worse.
That's right. There's that speed.
This is Resenda's ball out in the clear, going to get caught from behind and brought down. He was going
I think
for
he fumbled,
touchdown.
John. I think he fumbled.
Gloucester's got the football.
I think he fumbled. Absolutely.
88 recovered the football. Resenda's ball made a great move to get outside over a tackle, all the way down inside the 20 to about the 16, but he gets stripped of the football and Gloucester takes over.
Too bad, and I think that strip that came on the tackle. Watch it right here, John. I told you about that inside speed. Watch this. Watch ball, look left, boom, plant the foot, and he's gone out to the outside. There's the strip right there.
88 behind him makes the strip, and 88 made the recovery as well. So they have it at the 17-yard line.
There's the ball again.
The ball's on the ground. Classical's got it.
John, you might be seeing this all night long. I mentioned in the beginning, I'm not sure who got it. What's that number?
Calvin Johnson. 22.
You might be seeing this all night long. And the problem is, for both teams, it's not going to get better. What they got to start doing now, and the coaches I'm sure will tell them, you got to wrap that ball up. We used to call it take care of the football, take care of the pill. 2 hands on the ball now.
You saw the replay.
You saw it right there real quick. But the 2 hands have got to go on that football, and it's going to get worse.
So it's at the 18-yard line of Gloucester. Classical with it. As they pick up on the exchange of fumbles, they get it at the Gloucester 18-yard line. Thornton hit in the backfield. He's going to lose back to the 20.
I'll tell you what, this is the second week that I've seen Gloucester. In that 44 defense, you need 2 real good linebackers inside, and Gloucester has them. And we saw it last week against English. They're very mobile, they're very quick, and when they shoot gaps, they really come after you.
So they lose a couple in the play. It'll be 2nd and 12. Bip, since 1985, Classical's only beaten Gloucester 1 time, and that was last year at Gloucester. And Gloucester has a 7-3 advantage in the last 10 years. This is Thornton again being stood up, carried across the 20-yard line. Might have got to the 19.
Gloucester thinks also, I believe, and I think they're making a mistake by thinking this way, they can shoot those linebackers. I guarantee you, John, they're going to get caught more than once. As we saw Resenda's ball, prior play, when he fumbled, they're going to get caught more than once. It's one thing to trick every once in a while and blow linebackers, which means blitz linebackers, but every play, we'll see what happens.
Haskell in an obvious passing down, 3rd and 12. Clark comes to the near side. Joffrey Boyd is to the far side. Echeverria dropping straight back, looking to throw the football, looking for Clark in the end zone. He's there. Incomplete. A diving try. He was covered man for man by Brian Balcom, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good job by Balcom that time. You know, when that ball goes in the air, it's a free ball, and it's anybody's ball. And you have, as a defensive back, watch this replay right here. As a defense, a nice pass, by the way, at Echeverria. Real nice pass. Lofts it. Really, really nice. Just out of over the outreached hands. But some people might say that was interference. I don't think it was. Receiver.
No, I don't think so. I don't
diving for the ball.
He certainly didn't make Clark go down. It was Clark diving that caused Clark to go down. 4th down. They're going to try a field goal, Bip.
Interesting.
From the 26-yard line, Joffrey Boyd.
Didn't think so.
Screen pass to Resendes. In trouble. Not going to go anywhere. Balcom makes the stop.
Nobody in the house thought that was a field goal, John.
Well, I'm sure the Gloucester coaching staff didn't, because Echeverria was the holder, and Bip, he never really went down. He stayed up.
Yeah, nobody in the house thought that was going to be a field goal. I think we saw that last week then when Classical went back to punt, if you remember correctly, against Salem. And we doubted that. So far, back and forth, and the weather certainly has had something to do with it. However, Gloucester showed me something in that last defensive series,
Well,
John.
Gloucester's got to be pumped up a little bit now, saying we can play with these guys. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. They push him back to the 22. And that's where Gloucester's going to put it in play. This is Marshall. Stays on his feet, still on his feet. pushed ahead, and right in front of the official bip. I can't believe we can get a flag on that. 2 hands to the back, push Marshall ahead for a first down.
You know, sometimes officials are looking for other things, John. You know, I said the smaller Gloucester backs. I thought the quick back Gloucester backs. You see it right there.
What's
straight
the man
ahead
coming up behind him? Right there. There's the little push. That's the quarterback, Jimmy Smith.
It was right.
A little help from your friends.
Gloucester's pumped.
It's at the 33-yard line of Gloucester, 1st and 10. Big hole off the left side.
I mean, John, when I say these Gloucester fans, it's just straight ahead quick stuff. Call them quick openers. First down now, Gloucester at the 43-yard line, 44-yard line, their own. Just simple straight ahead stuff. You have to do that in this type of weather.
Well, they got the Gloucester fans into it now. A pretty good contingent on a real bad night coming from Gloucester, and they're still coming in. 2 first downs in a row. They have it at the 43-yard line, their own 43. The pitch. This is Thompson outside. Nice defensive play by Arthur Brown.
Again, we saw that so many times. Thompson trying to hit that corner, and that time it was the quick pitch as opposed to the I didn't know if we were going to see it again. The quick pitch as opposed to the sweep.
Glasgow has taken a timeout. Coach Dempsey has seen something he wants to talk about on the sidelines, and we talked about the high-powered offense of Gloucester. Glasgow comes in averaging 28 points, only giving up 7. Arthur Brown with 5 touchdowns. Resendez with 9 touchdowns, 718 yards rushing. Thornton with 5 touchdowns, 359 yards. And, of course, Resendez has also caught the ball 6 times for 135 yards. But the man that impresses me the most is Davy Clark. He does so much for this ball club. He made the big interception in the end zone against Salem at the end of the half to stop a touchdown drive by Salem, which might have, at that point, put the game out of reach.
Sure.
He had 16 tackles in that game as well as that interception.
I didn't know that, John. Yeah, he played well. Played extremely well. Hard-fought game. And, you know, I must mention this, John. Sometimes it's difficult after coming off a big week where everybody's talking about it, the undefeated teams head-to-head. You win 8-7. Sometimes there's a little bit of a letdown. And I'm sure Dave Dempsey has been pushing in these kids all week. Don't get down. You know, because they just came off a huge win against Salem.
So we're back in play. Jimmy Smith is the quarterback as Gloucester has it at their 48-yard line, 2nd and 5. Smith, the quarterback sneak, very close to first down yardage.
Depending on the mark, John, don't think they're going to give it to him. Sometimes in high school football, they put it where that knee is.
So it's at the 47-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and about a yard. We'll call it the 48-yard line. 3rd down and a yard for Gloucester. Thompson hit the line of scrimmage, falls forward for the first down.
Second effort by Thompson that time. Again, same situation as he ran about 2 plays ago. Straight ahead, a wide dive that time, sort of over the tackle. See Donnie January, the referee tonight.
Officials timeout for some reason, and while we have a timeout.
Measure.
Oh, he made the first down easy, Bip.
Well, Donnie's getting older too, you know.
We've got Donnie January as the referee, Phil Donahue is the umpire, Mike Fay is the field judge, and Larry Marino is the linesman. And the 3rd first down, Gloucester, after they turned it over to Glasgow, down deep. They got the ball back at their 22. They've strung together 3 first downs, and they're at the Glasgow 46-yard line. This is Hart outside. Good yardage on first down.
Great speed to the corner that time. I don't know if you saw that. You must have seen it on your screen, how far he slid after he went out of bounds. Almost one of those slip and slide things, John. Here we go. The replay. Just a sweep with Hart. Now he gets it. There he goes.
Picked up 6 on the first down, so it's going to be 2nd down and 4 for Gloucester as they're moving the football. Smith is the quarterback. To give to Marshall, we get flags all over the place.
It had to be procedure the way
That's
they
going to
called
be
that,
like
John.
as we mentioned before, Bip. When they stop the play, it's usually against the offense because they would let the play go if you had the option.
That's right. They have a free play out of it. Procedure, someone had to move ahead of the snap. Gloucester's coming out exclusively in a wing T, a divide T with a wing, which keeps everything compact, John, everything in tight. A lot of times they like to do that to get to so that the defense doesn't spread out, so that their quick backs can get to the outside. They keep everything in tight. They're just hoping that defensively everything stays in tight and their backs can use the speed to turn the corner.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 9 now. The pass is up for grabs. Picked off by Glasgow. He's got a lane. This is Simi Anderson. Cuts it back inside. He could go. Going to get caught and dragged down from behind. What a great play by Simi Anderson.
Great catch, too, John. I think that was a one-handed grab that time.
It certainly was.
Went up with his left hand, played his zone extremely well, and the pass was underthrown. It was kind of floated a bit, and that's why I said, because watch it right here. Whoop. Watch it right here. See, he floated just a bit. Nice catch.
Picked it off at his own 35-yard line.
Good return. Nice return. Now Classical has the ball back on a turnover. I think that's the 4th turnover, John. I believe we had 3 fumbles and an interception.
Yep. So you can tell weatherman didn't help out for this big game tonight.
No, but I'll say this, John. The people that did weather the storm, so to speak, I have to hand it to them. This is a big ball game in the Northeastern Conference. We have a Gloucester player right down here in front. I didn't see him because of the...
I didn't see him either, Biff. He's down.
Yeah.
Right in front of the Glasgow bench.
It looks like he's trying to get up.
Coach Durgan looking on. So while we have a break in the action with a player down, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Millions of Americans with disabilities are eager and able to contribute to society. That's why Jim Brady is calling on America.
Give people with disabilities a chance, and we'll show you what we can do.
We're back at Manning Bowl. John Hoffman along with Pip Emanuel as Glasgow will put it in play at the Gloucester 27 after the big 38-yard interception returned by Simi Anderson. This is Resendez. Jumps over a couple of people, falls forward inside the 25.
Gloucester has been told to go after the football, John. I can guarantee you that right now. If you watch that tackle that time, one person hit Resendez and the other person went after the ball. They've been told to go for the football, which is smart because it's a wet football.
2nd down and 7, and Pippi, that man that was injured was Jimmy Smith, the quarterback, and we'll see how much of a play that has on Gloucester. Young man, they've really started to go. There's a broken play. Echeverria caught from behind by Virgilio, and that was a busted play all the way.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
He looked like he was going to pitch to one man coming to our side, the weak side, and there was nobody there, and he had to hold on.
And the timing got all messed up that time. And you see it right here, Echeverria. See, he looked like he was either going to hand off going to his left.
And you saw Resendez, who was going to try and make a block for him, slip and fall.
Fell down.
And they wind up back at the 33, a loss of 9. So it's going to be 3rd and about 16. Draw play to Resendez. Breaks it to the outside. Skips over a couple people. Sidesteps another one. Picks up a 1st down. A great run by James Resendez. Ball.
Resendez is so fluid running, John. You know, he kind of picks his way through with speed. There's a difference in stop and start and all that nifty stuff. Resendez can do it using his speed. Watch this. Now watch his pick his way through. Right there, 1 pick, 2 pick, up over another one, up over that one, up over that one, a 3rd one. He picks his way very, very nicely.
He glided to a 1st down to the 14-yard line. Glasgow was here before, and Gloucester forced them back. This is Thornton trying to use that speed. Can't get it going.
Never got started that time.
Well, Peter Hart and Angelo Caruso brought him down.
Gloucester defensively is getting across the line of scrimmage. But as I mentioned, the problem is getting these Classical backs beyond that line of scrimmage. You got all sorts of problems.
Well, they're filling the holes very nicely. Classical's open up a hole, and usually with that speed, they're through it for big gainers.
Yep.
Gloucester's stuffing that hole quickly. They haven't been able to withhold classical speed to the outsiders yet, though. This is Thornton up the middle. Bounces off a couple of tackles. Stays on his feet. Drives for the goal line. Comes up a little bit short, but picked up a first down.
He's going to be at about the 1 or 2 yard line. What happened was that Gloucester simply didn't wrap up. When he was hit at the line of scrimmage, just beyond the line of scrimmage, nobody wrapped up. Right here. Watch him make contact. Bingo. Nobody wraps up, and he makes it down
Head
to the 2 yard line.
right there, Bip.
Yep.
Took on the safety and just said, I'm going right over you.
That's right.
The ball is at the 1 yard line. First and goal. Glasgow looking to get on the board first. Thornton nailed in the backfield and dropped for a loss.
What a hit.
You could hear that up here. That was Angelo Caruso.
What a hit. Leather to leather on that one, John. And we don't have any microphones on the sideline, but watch this. I guarantee you, boom. Oh,
Wow.
ow.
Thornton's used to that. He gives a lot of those.
That hurt me, John.
Boy, it's not the hit. It's the sudden stop that gets you.
Yeah, well, it's something.
With time running down here in the first period, Pascal sends Clark to the near side, Boyd to the far side. The pitch. This is Thornton trying to go left. Gets knocked down. We got flags, and that could be holding, probably.
I didn't see the hold. It had to be interior line, John.
They lost yardage again, Bip. Now, what do you do here with the penalty?
That's. I think I take it. I have to take it. You're down inside. You're at the what? 5 yard line, 7 yard line. It's definitely against Glasgow. We know that much because Donnie January is talking.
It's going to be holding when you see those flags thrown right in the middle. That's usually what it is.
You know, it's a tough call, but I'd have to take the yardage, John. I really would.
You give them another play, but you also move them back 10 yards. They're going to take it.
Yeah, I think I'd have to, John. You know, you're down there 7-5. You know, the Glasgow's so explosive. I'll take my chances, you know what I mean, that I'm going to stop them. Now, can they get a first down? They can
no, they
not
cannot.
get a first
No,
down.
they have to score.
So that makes a big difference right there, too.
They have to score. And clock is running down. And this will probably be the last play of the first period if they get it off.
And if the clock's right.
And the clock winds down, and the first period comes to a close. So Dave Dempsey will have a little bit to think about on this play back from the 18-yard line. No score at the end of one. We'll be right back.
Lynn's past comes alive at the Lynn Heritage State Park Visitors Center. Take a walk through 350 years of Lynn's history. Lynn's story is about shoes and shoemakers, and it's about the development of jet propulsion at GE. Come and stroll through the Visitors Center in downtown Lynn. Admission is free. For more information, call 598-1974.
Welcome back to Meeting Bowl and Glasgow taking on Gloucester. No score. John Hoffman along with Bippy Manuel. Third down and a whole bunch for Glasgow. Rolling. He's got a man open in the end zone. Clock is there. Knocked away. He had him really, Bip. We got a flag on the play at the line of scrimmage, I think.
He threw it too late, and secondly, the Gloucester kid should have caught that football.
Yeah, he knocked it down.
Yep.
Like I think he might have thought it was fourth down.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The mental mistake there.
Holding against Glasgow.
They're going to take this one also, John. But again, you got to know those things. You know, you got to be a defensive captain in there, whoever that is. Remember it's third down. Remember it's second down. Whatever. You got to catch that football. And I think he could have. Is what I'm saying.
I think he could have too because he had it in both hands and just sort of threw it to the ground.
Yeah.
They're talking to the Gloucester people now. It would be third.
Right here. Watch
and
this,
about
John.
14.
Watch this. Echeverry waited a little bit too long. Had him early. Yeah, he looked well. He was off balance too, going backwards. He might have just did the best he could with what he had available. Well, they refused.
They refused the penalty. No, they are going to take it now.
Eric Kopolis from Peabody. Please report to the press box immediately.
This puts a lot of pressure on Dave Dempsey and his staff to make a call that's going to get that much yardage. And that, you go all the way back now to the 30. You're inside the 5.
You were at the 1.
At the 1 yard line.
With a first and goal.
Let's see Dave Dempsey right there.
And now,
little slant.
Lets it fly. Joffrey Boyd is all by himself. He had to wait for it to come down. It's incomplete.
See,
Nisio wishes he could have that one back.
Again, he had a slant going on here, and he had a corner going on his left side. Echeverria did. He had to throw that ball a long way. I'll have to say that for the youngster. And he rolled a little bit sprint to the right, had to throw all the way back across his shoulder again. Watch this. See him fake to the right, had a set, got it up there, and the Gloucester defensive back did a decent job because he put the pop as soon as the ball got there.
This way. 4th down from the 30-yard line. They fake
Screen.
the rush. Echeverria trying to dump it off, throws it incomplete, and Gloucester holds.
No call. Interesting. No call.
Well, there was a player in the lane that he threw the ball to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and there was two Gloucester players also that went for the ball.
well, Pip, we talked about this before. You get down, you fumble, you get down, you get a 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. You wind up back at the 30-yard line. Gloucester is a good football team. You're given this many opportunities, and they start thinking they can hold you. You're going to be in for a war.
That's right. And you mentioned it when we were out for the break is, you can't get down inside there too many times. What it does is it gives Gloucester all the confidence in the world. And like you mentioned, Gloucester is a good football team. And now we're looking at a 4th down, John.
This is going to be 4th. I forgot they took the other.
Right. They took
because
both
initially
penalties.
it looked like Gloucester was staying where they were and looked like they refused it, but they did take it. So now it's going to be 4th down. And Joffrey Boyd's back in punt formation.
No. Nah. Don't think so.
I don't think you're going to see a fake from here, Bip, because he's going to go too far. He needs a touch.
Wow.
It worked, Bip.
Good. Nice
Great kick by Joffrey Boyd. It worked to perfection.
I did not think he was going to kick it, but
Well, the only
Good
reason
call.
I thought they would
Good
Bip,
call.
is because they need 30 yards,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
he
yeah.
can't get a 1st down.
I actually didn't think he was going to. Now Glasgow's got to show us some defense here, and they've got to keep Gloucester back there, get the field position. So far, I think Glasgow's won the battle of field positions here. Glasgow has had it in Gloucester territory the whole game.
It's been outside the one drive by Gloucester when they get the pass interception by Simi Anderson. I don't think the ball's going outside the 20-yard line or the 30-yard line of Gloucester. Brian Balcom is the quarterback, Bippy, so we have to watch this because with the new quarterback, Jimmy Stewart is going to be on the sidelines. We'll wait and see how long. Brian Balcom was the original starting quarterback, and Jimmy Smith took over from him.
You mentioned that last week again. It's not like Brian doesn't have experience out there. He's been playing defense, as we saw. He plays a corner.
And actually, he was a starting quarterback for, this would have been his 4th year, I believe. So he's done the job for Gloucester before. And that's going to be against Gloucester.
It's going to hurt big time.
Wigfall looked like he was going to bust in, and he drew Gloucester offside.
That's going to hurt a lot downside there, John. It's half the distance of the goal. Your back's against the wall. It's 2nd down, and you've got to do something to get that ball out over the 10-yard line. I believe they got to go out to what, the 15, I think it is, John.
The 14.
14.
Just shy of the 15.
And that's a tough call right there.
Well, they're back at the 3 now. 2nd down and 11.
Oh, no.
They may have drawn Glasgow offside.
I think Glasgow was offside. It looked to me like the nose guard.
Yeah.
Or actually, in the 6-2, it would have been one of the guards, not necessarily a nose guard. Yeah, it was. Now they get the 5 back. Now they're right back where they started from.
Well, after this back and forth, it's going to be 2nd down and 6. So it looked like a tight spot. Now they have a little bit of breathing room. They only need 6 instead of needing 11 from the 3-yard line. Long count by Gloucester, trying to get him again. Straight ahead. Coming up close to 1st down yardage. Didn't get it, but got close.
It was, and it was one of those wide dives, and he caught a seam that time in the middle of that Gloucester, the Glasgow 6-man line, and outside the linebackers that time. And he's going to have like a 3rd, and it looks like 2. They didn't even give him as much as I thought they were going to give him.
No, I thought he was closer to the stake. So big play for Glasgow. They want to shut him down here and maybe get good field position again. 3rd down and 2 for the Fishermen. See if they go on a long count again. They go on a quick count.
No
The
way.
ball was kept by Balcom,
Don't think he has it, John.
and I think it's going to be close, Bip.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Boy.
I think they gave it to him.
I couldn't see that from here where I am, John. You're right. See Donnie January motioning first down, Gloucester.
I thought the one they measured was not as close as that one, but they gave him the first down. So Gloucester catches a break on that big offside penalty by Classical, and they make it count. They get a first down up to the 14 now. Not much going on up the middle. That's Marshall.
And it's interesting, Gloucester is playing it close to the vest down here, which they should, They're down deep in their own territory. They don't want to fumble. They don't want to take the chance of a pitch. I'm going to say that now, and they're going to pitch it to Thompson. He's going to go 90 yards, but they don't want to take that chance of the pitch with a wet ball and the wet field and the mist and the rain and everything else, and they're playing it very, 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 very close to the vest down here.
This was just about the position they were in after English ran into the kicker, that they threw a touchdown pass from here.
That's right.
81 yards. They're at the 17-yard line now. Straight up the middle again, shy of the 20-yard line.
Nothing doing again. They did send a motion man out here. Third and long, they might throw, John.
Third and about 6.
I guess no, but they might. They fooled us last week, like you said, with that little screen to Thompson. He's gone. Actually, it wasn't a screen, John. It wasn't a screen.
It was
just a regular out pattern
up
or
and
something.
out.
Yep.
Or out and up. Third down play, and we get a flag.
What happened, I think, the Gloucester kid lined up in the wrong area. I think he got down in the three-point stance, got up again, and that's a penalty.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, you can't do that.
And that really hurts, Bip.
Sure does.
That pushes him back to the 14-yard line. It's now going to be 3rd and 10, and it really puts him in a bind now. See if they go on the long count again to try and get the 5 yards back.
They got to remember
They did this last time.
Well, they got to stay. They got to stay at home themselves now if they go in that long count.
Marshall in motion.
This is the pitch.
The pitch, looking to get outside. Thompson is loose. Keeps his balance, still on his feet. Simi Anderson finally makes the stop, but a great run by Jason Thompson.
I was saying that to you, John. We were talking about how well Gloucester defensively has played and how well Classical defensively is. And I was saying what Classical has to be careful of is Thompson. Here we are right here. Just a pitch, and he cuts it up inside. A good shield block that time. I didn't get the number who it was. But you give Marshall, Thompson, any of those people that much room, and the Classical speed caught him too. Against another club, that might have been a touchdown.
It would have been. We saw him last week keep his balance like that and go the rest of the way for a touchdown on a pass play. Balcom throwing the football. He had Joe Virgilio there when he dropped the football.
He had a couple of people, and he had also number 37. I don't know who number 37 is. That's Hart, okay. He had Hart downfield also, wide open. It would help if I looked at the Gloucester roster?
Yes, yeah.
Thank you, John.
Yes.
I knew you've been helpful to me all along my career. Anyways, he had 2 receivers open that time.
2nd and 10 for Fisherman at midfield. The quick pitch. This is Thompson going to the other side.
Got the corner.
Classical cut it down that time, but he still picked up about 5 yards.
And they cut it down in a hurry. Boy, I'll tell you, you're seeing a lot of speed in this football field tonight, John. I thought he had that corner made. All of a sudden, Classical closes it down in a hurry.
And you're seeing some pretty fine running backs as well.
Oh, yeah, on both sides of the ball. Dave Dempsey right there, the Classical coach.
Another big play, 3rd and 5, as we're coming up on the 6-minute mark. Left to play in the first half. No score here at Manning Bowl. Classical undefeated. Gloucester with 1 loss in the conference. Motion to the near side is Marshall. The give in the middle is Hart. Not going to go anywhere. That was Thompson.
A little trap inside. They got nothing there. Now they'll have to kick the football. But as opposed to kicking it from their own 10, now they'll be kicking it from about their own 45-yard line, which will give them, meaning Gloucester, a lot better field position-wise than they would have, obviously, had they had kicked from the 10.
Well, when you think back that they had a 2nd and 11 from their 3-yard line.
Yeah. This looks
Not a bad job.
nice.
Punting from the Glasgow 43. The snap is high. Balcom handles it.
Good kick in this one. A real good kick. Real
Eric
good
Lane
kick.
gets away from it.
Oh,
Now he
no.
picks it up.
Oh, no.
Picks up a couple of good blocks. He could go, Bip. He needs one more block. Eric Lane down the sidelines. Finally knocked
nice run
down
back.
in Gloucester territory.
You know, John.
No flags.
I thought, and again the speed, I saw, oh no, he's going to run in his end zone, and all of a sudden he turns on the Jets. My goodness.
That's Eric Lane, the young man who was deaf.
Super. What a run
What a
back.
great thrill for Eric Lane.
What a run back. And he had that outside and good blocking that time. The classical kids well aware that he had
They
that
almost-
corner.
But they almost had too many green shirts out in front of him
That's
because
right.
they
Watch
stuck
this.
him up.
Watch
Here's
this.
the kick.
Now he decides to pick it up. Watch this. Boom.
Right at
Almost lost his footing about the 6. Now, nice block there. Downfield, 2 or 3 great blocks. Look at all the green shirts.
He has all the green
Good
shirts
job.
and he can't, and he
Well,
by
I'll
the
tell you.
sidelines, and this is Resendez as we get back to the action.
There he is right there, the young fellow. Good job, son.
Good job, Eric Lane.
Well, so far, some excitement here on both sides. Classical and Gloucester showing their speed,
Well, we have it right back in Gloucester territory again.
but no score. With 5:05 left in the first half.
Glasgow's got to be getting frustrated, Pip.
Sure.
They keep pounding, and Gloucester finds some way of holding on. 2nd and 7. The pitch to Thornton. Good speed off the hole. Falls forward. Very close to a first down.
Boy, he's got that little helmet but patented. He gets about 3 inches off the ground, John, and he goes at people. And as soon as they go down, Thornton just like ramrods them right into the ground. Tough kid.
Scott Poole has already announced it's a first down, and now we see Donnie January is going to measure.
Okay, well, he must know Donnie very well. I don't know.
I think Scott Poole is correct,
He probably is.
and I think
And
he's
he's
saying to
sitting
himself,
right there.
now I better be correct because I've already announced it. You're going to get a real good view here. There's our cameraman right down on the spot, as we usually give you. The bird's eye view. You can read Wilson on the football if the referee gets out of the way.
I'll tell you, if he's not correct, he's got the first.
He made it by half a football.
If he wasn't correct, we give him a job with us.
Scott Poole just said, like I said,
People like that.
never a
People
doubt.
enjoy- A little less than 5 minutes, John, and we've had all sorts of action in the past 5 minutes, but nothing to show for it yet.
A lot of big plays, but not the big one yet. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. This is Arthur Brown for his first carry. Picks up about 5.
Carry by number 32, Arthur Brown.
Arthur Brown kind of wiggled through that zero hole that time, went up just to the left side of the center.
Well, you lose sight of him, Bip, every once in a while. He used to be the wishbone. He would be the fullback blocking
Fullback
back.
up front, yeah.
And now he blocks a lot for Thornton and Resendez. And every once in a while, like they did against Salem, with everybody in the house looking for Resendez, they gave it to Brown. He went 8 yards for the touchdown that won the football game.
And you got to reward him. Not only that, he's not a bad ball carrier.
2nd down and 5. Echeverry with the quarterback sneak inside the 10 for a first down.
Went in a quick snap that time, John. Real good call. I'm not sure that came from up top here, or he just Echeverry did that himself. But a real good call. Quick count, quarterback sneak right here. Quick count, boom, and he just picks a side. Simply picks a side. Timeout classical, John.
Well, they're going to mark it at the 8-yard line. And Classical calls timeout with 4 minutes straight up to play on the scoreboard clock. And Classical, again, as you look up in the light and you see the rain still falling. And now it wasn't a timeout. We thought they signaled a timeout, but they didn't.
They wanted the clock wound down.
I see what they were. They held it up to run the clock down. Now they're over talking to Dave Dempsey,
Yeah, they want-
explaining to him what they're doing. I think they're going to go over and talk to the Gloucester coach as well.
Well, they're winding that thing down way down, John. They're winding that thing under 3:30. Wow. They're taking about a minute off that clock.
That's for sure. I don't
Wow.
understand anything, but Gary Zverka is running the clock, the assistant coach for Lynn English. He's going to make sure Classical had enough time to get in.
Goodness, look at this. They're running the
We
minute
told
off
you
the
there was
clock.
4 minutes left, folks. And they're still winding it down.
This guy's arm's going to hurt. This official's arm.
They shut it down, as you see, at 3:05, so almost a full minute off the clock. And they start it right back up again. So Classical has it at the Gloucester 8-yard line. Big series here. The give to Thornton, steps over a couple of people, gets hit and knocked forward inside the 5.
Tough yardage down here in the red zone, I'll tell you. But you've got to score. You've got to put the ball. You've got to come away with something if you're Lynn Classical right now. You've done your job to this point. And Gloucester has played tough. However, Classical's moved the ball down. They've played most of this game in Gloucester's deep in Gloucester territory.
That's for sure.
They've got to come away with something here.
Well, plus the momentum, Bip. If they score, it's going to be right at the end of the half probably, and they get the football to start the second half, so it's a big plus for them. The give to Ball. Stood up and knocked back. He's going to lose yardage.
I'll tell you, a good defensive job that time, John. By Hart, Peter Hart again. Well, I saw Hart in there, the linebacker, shoot through.
We've got the 2-minute warning. So there's a stoppage on the clock for 2 minutes. The Classical has the ball now at the 5-yard line. They were at the 3, and they continue to go up the middle, and that's the strength of the Gloucester defense. They fill those holes very, very quickly, and they've made more yardage to the outside, I think.
Well, yeah, and they can make yardage to the outside. However, again, John, now, you don't want to make a mistake down here inside that 10-yard line, and it is slippery out there. Classical can do it either way. We've seen them move the ball down the field up from the inside, and they can do it. It's just that Gloucester really, really toughens up, and they're playing good defense. You can't take anything away from Gloucester because Classical's put the pressure on them this whole first half.